This is a look at Tesla on the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to show you the channel we are in for Tuesday. We ended the day at $194.77, down just over 6%. To the north side from where we are takes us to VWAP. That's the blue line right there at 196. Above that, the middle of the trend takes us to roughly 199.94. A gap to the upside begins at roughly 202.42. It closes out at roughly 206.37. Above that is two standard deviations, and that is 208.93. The next leg up would take us to 213.34, and four standard deviations would take us to roughly $217.75. To the south side, negative two standard deviations is roughly 191.23. A gap to the downside begins at roughly 188.14. Negative three standard deviations is 186.76. The gap closes to the downside at roughly 183.62 right here. And finally, at negative four standard deviations, that would take us to 182.35. Now note the gap that has already filled out in a couple of places. I talked about this right here over the weekend. There was a gap to the downside at 195.59. That closed today. I pointed out another gap at 193.90. That also closed out today. Today's high on Tesla was 202.69. It opened up at 199.91, and the low today was right here, roughly at 192.20. Now, these two gaps already closed out as I pointed out over the weekend. There is a gap right here you can see that closes out, as I mentioned, at 183.62. And note the area right here, this is support and the bounce at support. This area right here is resistance, and note the sell-off at resistance. And another area of clear resistance is this line right here, and the stock also cratered to the south side. And I want to show you the RSI. We are at 55. And when I pointed out this stock over the weekend, it was right here at 207.46 to the upside. On tipranks.com, the average analyst forecast is $215.43. The high is 300, the low is 89. Well, when I talked about this would have been a return right here of nearly 4%. Today, that's looking more like from here to here is a return of 10%. If we should make it to $300, ignore that line right here. That's an old price target. $300 right here. That would take us to, whoops. Let me delete that. Make this a little bit bigger first. Actually, I'll take it from, whoops, hard to see now. From here to $300 is a return of roughly 54%. Of course, we may never get there, or it could take a very long time to do so, but that is a price target according to tipranks.com for the 1-year price target. Now, I want to show you another stock very quickly. I'm in this trade, YUMC. Oops, let me see if I can do that again. There we go. I bought this almost a year ago, and that happens actually on Tuesday. And today we ended at $64.02, up nearly 1%. That's right here. Now I'm going to give you the range we were in, and that is to the north side, $64.47. $64.76, and above that at four standard deviations, $65.03. To the south side, is $63.41, and at -3 standard deviations, $63.13, and finally at -4 standard deviations, $62.87. There are two gaps to the downside. One right here that closes out at 63.46, the other one at 63.12, and actually there is one more to the south side. There are three of them at 62.27. Of course, there are other gaps, but these are the big ones that stick out to me. And I bought this, as I mentioned, a year ago, basically, and I'm thinking about getting out pretty soon. And I wanted to hold this for 1 year so I don't pay capital gains tax on it. And so I have to wait just a little longer. The 1 year price target is $70.61 on TradingView. And from where we are today to there is about a 10% return. And when I purchased it, actually I did it for my mom, I'm up roughly 40-something%. So I'm thinking about cashing out because I've held it for 1 year now. Let me know what you think. And the reason I did buy it is it did hit a low at some point in the past. I'll show you that in a second. But they own Taco Bell, and I'm a huge fan of Taco Bell. I eat there all the time. And let me show you this stock on the monthly time frame. Give you some perspective here. I bought it in this area, but it went down as low as $33.43, but I wasn't tracking it then. So I bought some shares, and now we are up here. So my return is roughly, actually, let me delete that. $43.99 is right about, I can't get it precise, but right here, let's just say. So my return right now is roughly going to be 60% if we make it to the 1 year price target. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed there. All right, that is a look at YUMC on the 5-minute time frame. Let me switch it back. And also a recap of Tesla.